All right, friends, inside this envelope, you can probably hear it. There's some goodness in there. Let's get home and dig in and see what we can find. That's the bank. All right, I actually can't wait. I'm still just sitting in the parking lot. I'm gonna dig in, at least do a little sneak peek and see what we have in here. One little handful, then I'm gonna put it back in, but I heard a lot. Holy cow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and maybe $10 worth. That is amazing. Looks like one fairly well solid. Nope, that's a 40. I think these are all 40s in my hand, but oh my God. Nope, there's a 90. Hell yeah. I've been waiting for a huge score for a very long time. Listen to that sound. There is a ton of silver in there. With the naked eye, I see it a lot. That orange hue makes it really difficult to see. I cannot wait to dig in. Let's go home. Welcome back to the channel. If you are a current subscriber, if you're not, consider subscribing. Smash that like button and ring that bell so you're notified when that next video drops. I have a hunch this is going to be the best silver haul I have seen in 5 years in one sitting. So you saw that first handful. All we're going to do is reach in, grab some handfuls out of here, and go through them as quick as we can. I may not show you every single coin, but man, just look at that. You can see just how much is in there. 40% are there. That's a 67 bicentennial, 67, 67 bicentennial, another silver, that's a 68D. Insane, absolutely insane. 68D, 66, 68D, clad and clad. That one's a silver. It's 67. You saw in that little intro there, these are not all going to be 40%ers, and speak of the devil, there we got it. It's a 1964. Kind of lustrous too. Good looking coin. That's Philadelphia, by the way. And then a couple clad before we wind things down. That first handful of a 67. So 7 clad. Put that in the rejects. Go back in for more. Oh, geez, I was due. Silver has been so slow for me in my area. Oh my goodness, there's a lot of solid rims in there. And I'll tell you what, there is one that is looking awfully worn. Ooh, there we go. That's a walker. 1945. That is an S mint mark. Fairly common year and mint combo. We'll still check it against the album too at the end and see, maybe that one's going to upgrade. We'll go into the next batch. 1968D. 68D. Clad. 68D. Ooh, we got a Benji. Trifecta, 90% trifecta. That's a 62 out of Denver. Sweet. Unreal. 2 clad left here. 68, 64, 65, 68, 67. Gosh, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. There's 7 clad here, I think. 4, 5, 6, 7, yep. Then the rest of these, all silver. That's nuts. 40% are 68, 69, 67. Another 90 here and a 64. That one's out of Denver. 68, 65, 69, 66, 67, 67, and 68. Unreal. Hit the mother load here. That's 10, 15, 19. I'll put them in stacks of 20 and we'll go from there. So $101 worth. I'm guessing someone came in and dumped whole rolls. And then what clad they had in there, the majority probably was already in the coin machine. It's too bad. You know, someone just didn't know what it was, and it ended up going to the bank. It's another 40%er, 67. Clad, clad, clad. And 65, 66, 68. I will say it's been tough to even get boxes in my area. So this is really, really nice. That's 67, and then we have another 90%er here. And that's a Philly. 67, 68, 67, 66, and 66. Kind of thicker. Sometimes you start thinking SMS, and the edges have kind of a gold hue, but I'm not quite sold on that. And honestly, I don't want to waste too much time because this is going to be one heck of a long video as it sits. Next handful. This is just insane. All right, I'm going to pull out the clad here before we start and get those out of the way. And 2 more there. Okay, here we go. 68 and a 67, 68. We got ourselves another 90%er. That's Denver Mint. Great. I'm thrilled. They're not all 40%ers because it's good. I'm not complaining or anything like that, but it's always great to see 90. Of course, it has a little bit of a better premium too, especially when you start getting older in there. Maybe we'll pull some more of those Bens and Walkers out of here, huh? That'd be nice. Let's see. We've done about 5 handfuls or so. Craziness. Anyways, it's kind of too bad that someone, you know, didn't know what they had here and took it back to the bank. I almost guarantee that's what it was. So either they didn't know what it had, someone died, and they didn't know what they had, and hey, let's just take it to the bank and get some money out of it. Or someone a little hard on their luck and really needed the cash maybe for something a little more unsavory. I'll let you use your imagination. I have heard of it before. My last coin dealer, where I used to live, he said he saw that, and it was just heartbreaking to see someone so down and so hard up for cash that they would literally turn in a coin collection. That's just crazy. Here's what we got. It does happen, folks. People get hard on their luck and need to cash it in. But this one probably took it to the bank. Just got face value. It's too bad. 68D. Here's a 90%er and a 64. That's Philadelphia. 67, 68D, 68D. And we got ourselves another Ben Franklin. There's a D mint mark on the back. Fairly worn, and that's a final year 63. So 2 Benjis on the board now. 65, 68, and 67. Yeah, I've made it known to my family, you do not take my coins to the bank. Hopefully I'm still well enough to get rid of them before it ever comes to family members having to do anything, but I've made it known there's a lot more money in these coins, just in the silver, than the face value. This is cool. Another Ben, 1963. This one's a Philly. At the end, I'll check my albums. I do have some holes in my Ben book, and definitely Walkers. No, I have the 45S, so I'm pretty sure. Another 90%er here, and a 64. That's Denver. Gosh, we've got to be up to something like 60 silvers already. Still more to go. That's a 40%er, 67. Couple clad here, 67. There's an interesting streak across Kennedy's face. 69, 67. Let's not do that again. Yeah. Maybe I'll have to double check at the end. I just threw them in the rejects. I don't want to do that. A couple clads. That's another Ben Franklin, 67. Denver. 90s are starting to pile up. 67. 67. Another bell. Ooh, this one looks actually pretty decent. I can see some bell lines down there. Can you see it? A little bit. It's not FBL. It is in really nice condition though. 1962. And that is Denver. Really nice. 67 to wrap up that handful. That's what we got. We still got a lot more to get through, friends. So I wanted to show you that clip of me pulling up to the bank and walking out with it in my hands, just so you didn't think there's any shenanigans going on. I know ultimately I can't totally prove it to you, but why would someone go to a bank with a bunch of coins they stuffed in an envelope? I'll show you the call log too if you really want, but that would give away the source, and I don't really want to do that. And that's a couple 40%ers. 90% here, 63, and Denver. It's a Ben. 67, 64, and no mint mark. Nice coin though. A couple of clad, and another clad, and one more. I think the rest is going to be all silver. Okay, 68D, 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 67, 68D, 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 and we have a 67 and a 64 here. We'll show you the 90, and that one's a Denver. This is, I can tell you're gonna almost double my silver count on the year. I haven't showed you all my clips so far this year, just staggering in here or there. Not really enough to make a video, so I kind of hold them off to make montages. So I haven't shown them all to you, but I think I'm at this point around 130 on the year. I'll give you the official tally that I've showed you on video at the end of this video, but yeah, we may double what I've seen so far this year, or hauled in. Been on a little bit of a hiatus lately though. Here we go. That's another beautiful stack. 68, 67, 67, 68, 64, booyah. It's a 90. Denver mint mark there. Oh yeah, Ben Franklin again. That's a D. And a 54. 54 is a common year, no matter mint mark or not. Besides the Walker, that's the oldest Ben Franklin we've seen. Okay, so we've got 68, 66, 68, 66, and a 64. Another mint mark. Amazing. Gosh. It's like 2/3 clad. I'm going to go through my rejects again. There's just too many that, you know, I fear I've missed it because I am going quick for you. 64, that is Denver. Another 90. 62, that one has some great luster to it. And that one's Denver. 67. 68. Another Ben. Philadelphia. 51. That one I think is going to get a little bit more of a lower mintage. Again, we'll check back at the end. 66. Oh, excuse me, that's a 68. And 66 here. 64. Denver. God, they just keep piling up. Another 64 back to back. Denver on that one too. Whoa, hit my camera, sorry. 67. 67. 68. Friends, I would have to go back. I'm going to link a video here in the top right. My very first one I ever did. It's probably the best I have ever done with a video. I forget exactly how much it had, but this is probably going to be rivaling it. All right, this is going to be the last handful. I'm all done after this little bit. This has been an amazing hunt. Thank you for coming along on the ride with me on this one. It's great to have you following the channel. I hear from so many of you. And I tell you what, if you're interested in getting into coin roll hunting, you know what? Just go to a couple banks and ask if you can get some rolls of coins. I tell you, I am not a member of this bank that I went to today. And they gave me hundreds of dollars of silver at face value. That's 66. I think the last one I didn't tell you was a 66. So it's out there. At least in my area, you don't need to be a member of the bank most of the time. Now, I typically call ahead and I'll ask if they have any, so if it's worthwhile for me to even go. But typically, if you need to be a member, it comes up on the phone call. Very rarely do I actually get into the bank and then they say I can't get any coins from them because I'm not a member. So several banks in my area I am not members of, but I do use to get my half dollars. And this bank is one of them. 65, 67, and a 68. Almost 140s right there. Healthy stack of 90s. I am blown away, friends. So cool. All right, I'm going to stack these up by year and get back with you over the recap, and then we'll dive into the books and see if anything is going to upgrade or fill a spot. Hang tight. Wow. I just don't know what to say. Flabbergasted by this find. This is the best haul of silver coins I have ever had in my filming days. I think back into some of the times that I was coin roll hunting before I started filming, and I still can't recall anything higher. Just insane. Everything in front is a silver, in back is a clad. We had 89 clad, and this coin machine was spot on. $102 here on the table. That means we had 113 silvers in one sitting. First time I've ever pulled that many together in one sitting. Now, let's go through it. We had a Walker. That was a 1945S. We had 9 Ben Franklins, and actually 4 of these are going to upgrade spots in my book. So we'll get to that here in the end. Nothing filling a new hole, but hey, it's 90% old silver, slight premium on these two as well. We'll talk about kind of the silver content and the amount of silver value that's in these coins here at the end. But always keep in mind that there's a little bit more premium as you get up into the Ben Franklins and Walkers. For the 64 Kennedys, we had 14 of them. Going into the 40 percenters, we had 6 1965s. We had 11 1966. Stack of 20 in the back there. 1967s, we had 33. Another stack of 68s plus a few more. That gave us 35, and 4 1969s. That's a total of 113. I'll say in the 64s, I looked for any doubling there on the obverse. Didn't see anything too special there as well. Everything seems to be a business strike that's on the table. So we're looking at silver value here and maybe some of the more illustrious coins. And I do think there's one of the Bens that's not going to upgrade that I will actually flip up here in the end. But let's talk about the value. I'm going to put it up on the screen. For the 40 percenters first, we had 89, and that came to a value of $291.55 based on today's spot price as we are in the 11th day of October. For the 90 percenters, now 24, and for the silver melt value, 192.28, and combining those, we had $483 of silver content in 56.50 face value. That is a great return on investment, almost 10 times over face. Unreal. So cool. All right, let's get my Ben book here situated. I'll bring you back in and we'll do some filling of the book, or changing of the guard, if you will. All right, first up, 1951, This is a Philadelphia. Here's the one we have in the book, and while it looks very similar, I am seeing a little bit more in the hairlines coming through on this one versus the one I currently have in, and I do believe the back is a little bit better. So we'll go ahead and pop this one out. Oops, excuse me. Hard to do one-handed, especially when you have the back piece of plastic in. All right, let's drop the new Ben in there. Awesome. Okay, next up, chronological order. We have a beautiful 1962, and this one is Denver. Look at those lines on the bell. I don't think it's quite full bell lines, but we also ain't far off. That is a beautiful looking coin. And for contrast, there's one we have in there. Let's go ahead and look at those bells and show you what we have. So you can see this one is looking a lot better. In fact, the next one we have some, I'd say unflattering tarnish in the 63 and the 63D. Just a little bit hazy, if you will. And we have a stellar example coming up. Go ahead and pop that one through and put a replacement in. That's really cool. In fact, I'll just go ahead and pop these guys back out. I know, cringe. Sorry, I'm touching the face of them. But they're just going to go on the stack. They're not worthy of flipping up, in my opinion. Okay, so I think there's a little bit of his hair up at the top that's punching through a little bit better, and then there's a gouge over the eye. So this is the Philly of 1963. And then we have the Denver, another nice example here. I think it just is a little bit less wear, and I'm not too keen on the tarnish that is on there either. So we got him in there. We upgraded the 51. Okay. And then we have a line in here, the 62T, which actually just fell through. I'll have to get that back in. The bell lines on that one are stellar. 63 and a 63D. Everyone, thank you so much for following me on this journey. That was in one haul. It can happen to you. It took me 5 years to reach my personal best. That was 113 silver coins in one sitting, but I am so thankful to have this. It's kind of disheartening to know that someone unknowingly dumped this all back to the bank for face value, $56. And just shy of $500 in silver value alone. A little bit of premium in there. It's going to be up over $500 if you were to offload these, say, on eBay. But anyways, thanks for following along on this journey. I know it's a long video. Thanks for bearing with me to the end. It is not often that that actually happens for viewing. Consider subscribing, liking the video, and hit that bell too so you're notified when I drop that next video. Stay healthy, stay safe, everyone. We'll catch you next time. Look at that stack. So cool.